So here we've got a couple solder type banana plugs. Actually, these are screw types, but we're going to solder them. First thing that we need to do is go ahead and remove the plastic identification ring. And we do this because we don't want it melting. So we've got that. Got a roll of solder, and we have a soldering iron. I'm going to light this puppy up. There we go. Once we go red, we'll give it a minute to get hot, and then we'll be able to solder this stuff. Now, while that's warming up, I'm going to go ahead and... So our wire preps are really easy. So we take our end, we're going to go down the middle, peel it back, and take off about a thumb's width of insulation. Now you can buy fancy dandy, wire strippers out there, but just do it this way. Alright, so we have our end here. Straighten that out, give everything a good twist. Then we insert up through our connector. And it doesn't matter if a little bit pokes through. We're going to be able to take care of that with a pair of flush trimmers. So this is what we should have at the end of everything. Now I want you to notice that we actually don't have the actual housing crimped or clamped in. I've actually got the jacket of the cable, and that the actual plugs rest on top of my block here, and that's actually going to act as a heat sink also, so it's going to make sure that we don't burn our cable jacket. So just wanted to give you a good shot there. Alright, so now we're actually ready to solder these guys. Now the way to make sure that you're actually ready to solder is let this heat up, and then you're going to tap it. And as soon as this starts taking on a little bit of solder on the tip, we're up to heat. And generally more heat is a better thing. There we go. Now we've got it going. So I'm actually going to put my solder into the connector, and we're going to start soldering this. And what should happen is the actual copper is going to start soaking up the solder. There we go. And once we get it going, we're good to feed it. We can actually feed it a good amount here. And there we go. We got one. We've got a second one going here. A little bit of solder on the tip. Wait for the wicking action to start. There we go. Now we just feed the solder directly into the copper conductor. There we go. That's about all it took. Let our housing cool down. So there we have it. These guys are going to stay solid. Take some flush cutters, some clips, just snip off the ends that are extruding, and then you'll have a fine to go connector. If we actually look at the actual bottom of this, we see that our jacket is intact. It's not burnt, it's not melted. It's in actually really good shape, and that's because our vise, if we fill it, is a little bit warm, and it took the brunt of anything that your jacket was going to take. And then once these cool down, you're going to find out that this will be easier. So we can put a couple of screws on here, and you're going to find out that these guys are not coming apart anytime soon. Again, make sure that you clip off a little bit of the end there, but these are extremely solid at this point. I hope that's helped, and good luck.